Hi, you're listening to the My Reality Says podcast, brought to you by My Therapist Says. We're here to discuss everything pop culture, influencers, blind gossip, and of course, reality TV. We put the T in reality.
Hi, besties. It's good to be back.
Happy 2023, guys. It's been so long since we've discussed pop culture and celebrity gossip with you. There has been so much going on so far in 2023. It's a good year for gossip.
I've been parched for tea. Let's get into it.
I mean, we have so much to talk about. Let's start off with some pop culture news. I saw that Britney was recently filmed at a restaurant. And she was seen having what I think is a manic meltdown. And honestly, it's like sad to watch because I think she needs help, but obviously not the help that comes from her family. I think she needs like unbiased help, and I think people really need to just stop filming her. She doesn't need to be in the spotlight. Like, I think she needs to get off social media and just be Britney.
Honestly, I feel so bad. I mean, obviously, all her posts, everything is just like really manic and sad and just hard to read. So I do hope that she's doing well and is actually free and feels like she can attain some peace in her life soon.
Yeah, I feel like being in the spotlight is just making things worse. And I think that's why she had her meltdown. I think she saw the person that was filming her and, you know, she went right back into that phase of her life where she was being constantly stalked by the paparazzi and constantly filmed. So
I would have a meltdown too if I was filmed at a restaurant.
I know.
And I'm just trying to eat.
For real. Honestly, so annoying. There has been a lot of revenge happening in 2023. We have Miley Cyrus throwing shade at Liam Hemsworth in her song Flowers. And then we also...
That song is a banger.
I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. I've had it on repeat. And then we also have Shakira with her new song, throwing shade at PK.
Also a good song.
Yeah, very good song. I'm just kind of obsessed with like the whole story that's coming out now about how she found out that PK was cheating on her with the strawberry jam in her fridge, like being eaten.
That's how I would notice something.
That's some real detective shit. I'm obsessed.
I'd be like, who touched my food?
Yeah, I know my man does not eat strawberry jam. What is going on here?
Side note, every time you say PK, I imagine Shakira with PK from Housewives. And it's amazing.
Oh my God. No, that would be a couple. What else has happened this week? We had Kanye marrying Bianca Censori, aka Kim's twin.
Where does he keep finding these Kim twins?
I'm so confused. Like, apparently Kim didn't like her, some insider source said, and I mean, I don't blame her.
Listen, if some arguably more talented and respected bitch that looked like me was around my husband, I wouldn't like her either.
Yeah, working with him constantly, I'd be
and
like,
he would obviously
she needs to go.
like, yeah, and she was like his designer, so he obviously admired her work. So like he respected her for her work. I would feel some type of way.
And I feel like it always happens like that in relationships, like the person who you are like, you have a feeling about, and then you guys break up, and then you realize afterwards, like, I was right all along.
It's always the work wife.
Yeah.
What about Selena Gomez? She's in the news quite a bit now.
Yeah, so I heard she was dating Nicola Peltz's brother.
And the guy from Chainsmokers at the same time?
Drew Taggart. Honestly, I think she can do better. I don't know. These guys just give me the ick.
Tell that to Eve Jobs, Steve Jobs' daughter, who now deleted her Instagram after Selena and Drew were spotted together. So I don't think she's liking the news very much.
I mean, you're Steve Jobs' daughter. I think you should not be sad over any man.
Yeah, for real. And now I'm so curious though. Was there overlap? What is happening?
I know. There must be something up because, like, I don't know. Deleting your Instagram is
Dramatic.
quite a move. Yeah. In other news, J-Lo came out and said that she was supposed to be in the VMAs kiss with Madonna and Britney, and Christina Aguilera took her place. She thinks, like, as if she doesn't know this kiss. Like, it wasn't like the most iconic moment that happened at the VMAs ever.
Okay, that might be my favorite headline of the week because it's just screaming delusional.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, it was always Britney versus Christina, which is why this became so iconic.
100%.
It wasn't just like every famous pop star making out.
J-Lo would just be so random in that situation.
Yeah,
like, I
people
love
would just
J-Lo,
be like,
but...
okay. I'm a huge fan of J-Lo, but that was like... I don't think there was room for her in that interaction at all.
Whether or not it's true, maybe she should have just kept that to herself, honestly.
I just feel like Christina Aguilera is going to be mad and come at her for it.
Oh, she 100% will. I mean, just remembering how she was during the whole Britney feud, like, I feel like she 100% will.
She doesn't hold back.
Uh-huh.
Jennifer Coolidge said she'd be down to join Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that she said that.
That big crossover of dreams.
I won't get my hopes up because I feel like her career is just like on the up and up right now, and she
can do better.
She can do better than the Real Housewives, but I know maybe she'll make like a little appearance or something. You know,
I don't know how they would. I just don't understand how her personality would ever mesh with the show because she's so like quiet and reserved and doesn't really like, you know, get a word out.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting.
I mean, at least I hope we get some good Watch What Happens live
interviews.
Yeah. What else? Okay, so we have this I'm so excited about. Netflix has a new reality show coming out. And honestly, I'm like, did they steal our idea? Because you and me talked about this a couple of episodes ago, being like, they need to do this. They have a show called Perfect Match, which is a reality dating show of all the singles from different Netflix reality shows. The ones who couldn't find love, got voted off, or whatever the situation be. So I'm really excited about that. I saw Bartiz is on it.
Oh,
who
no.
I hate. But like, I just feel like it's going to be amazing TV.
Who else is on it? Zainab?
No. What's the girl from Too Hot to Handle? I forgot her name right now. On like the first season one, that's from Toronto.
Francesca,
yeah, she's on it.
Of course she is. She doesn't miss a show.
Yeah. Like so many familiar faces are on it. I think it's going to be so good. Like
Did
a train
you watch
wreck,
the
but
latest
amazing.
one? The latest Too Hot to Handle?
No, so I haven't gotten around to watching it. Have you?
Oh, the girl from Amsterdam on it is so cute.
We love an Amsterdam girly.
No, she was beautiful. Actually, yeah, like a lot of people on it were very cool. I actually really enjoyed that season. I like marathoned it like last weekend randomly. It was really good.
Too.
Okay. Can we talk about Lisa Rinna getting fired or leaving? I don't know if she got fired or not.
Our prayers were answered.
I mean, I think the Twitterverse's prayers were answered.
Yes. And now she's like doing all these interviews being like, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is gonna suck without me because I was the only one who did the work. And I'm like, wait, you think that you were the only one who did the work? What about Garcelle and Sutton, who were the ones calling out everybody? They're the only ones who brought up the elephants in the room with Erica. Yeah. Like, they did the work.
She hasn't been doing the work for a while now.
She's just been with her crew and blindly like doing whatever they say and agreeing with whatever they say. So
she was just a loyal girly.
And a shit stirrer. Like, I don't call that doing the work. I just call that being toxic as fuck.
I feel like she's a definition of you can't sit with us.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Also, I'm really excited now about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip because Alex McCord from Real Housewives of New York early seasons is coming, and she's just like amazing.
I never watched her, but I'm seeing the excitement. Everyone's tweeting about it, posting about it. Everyone's like, oh my God, this will be epic. So I'm really excited to see what she's about because she's got quite a reputation.
She's just like the quirkiest, like, I can't even like explain her in a sentence. She's just Alex McCord. If you know, you know. And I hope we get a Simon Van Kempen like appearance because he's also iconic.
So Kyle Richards had to actually address rumors that she's on Ozempic, which is the dumbest rumor I've ever heard.
She's always been in like such good shape. Like,
yeah,
I don't know
and she
why.
kind of just goes up and down, but like I feel like every year she just gets hotter and thinner. So like I don't think it's like a drug.
It's starting to get really annoying. I feel like for a lot of these celebrities,
Everyone
like
is getting accused.
they're like, I can't just lose weight naturally. I'm gonna be accused.
You can't just like work out more.
Although I do think a lot of them are on it. I think a lot of people are getting wrongly accused.
That's true. You can't like at all get away with losing weight anymore without being accused.
And
even if you
looks,
like,
she looks jacked and like fit.
Yeah,
she doesn't
looks
look
like she's been hitting the gym.
Yeah,
that's like the same thing with Khloe Kardashian when they were like accusing her, and she was first of all not fat to begin with. Second of all, she's at the gym like every day, twice a day. Like, yeah, you would lose weight. Like, you tried that.
Yeah, I mean, so many of these celebrities are always in the gym. We see on their Instagram stories, so
you can't just do it all with just a drug. I know people on it. It doesn't work that fast, okay? And also, it apparently makes you super, super nauseous and weak that you can't work out.
Yeah, and you have to basically be on it your entire life, I hear, because once you go off it, you lose the weight that you lost like right away. So
and there's, like,
why would you want to be
effects.
Nauseous and like feeling sick for the rest of your life? I'm sorry. Like,
be me.
No. And
like, unless you medically need it, I don't understand why the side effects would be worth it.
Exactly. And I love food too much, so
yeah, I don't want to be grossed out by food. That's a nightmare.
Exactly.
Jen Shaw. Shall we address the Jen Shaw in the room?
Oh my God. I mean, there's so much to talk about with Jen Shaw. We'll get into it more when we discuss Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the finale, and the previous episode before that. But it just came out that she will have to enter a mental health program following her sentence, which I completely agree.
She definitely needs some help.
Yeah.
Her rage is like insane.
It's actually scary. The way that she approaches like any situation and any conflict is terrifying. I wonder how that's gonna go in jail with everybody who's also probably having anger issues.
I feel like she would be the type to like be very quiet in jail and not to get like jumped. I just feel like she's only brave with like all these classy ladies that will not jump her.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be interesting.
That's a show I would watch, Jen Shaw in jail.
I wonder what we're gonna get from her while she's in jail. Like, we got like little tidbits from Teresa when she was in jail. I know that was only for 1 year, but I wonder if like Andy's gonna visit her in jail and we're gonna get
6 years is a long time. So
yeah. And she has to do basically her whole sentence because it's like a federal case. Apparently, she has to do 85% at least. So she's
not going to like be released early for good behavior or overcrowding or any of that.
Exactly. The earliest I think she can be released, I think, is 5 years or so.
Well, people are going to forget about her by then. That's terrible.
Yeah. 6.5 years is a long time. Like, just think about where you were 6.5 years ago. And like, that's
a whole lifetime.
Exactly. So that should be interesting.
I feel like we should get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Because finally it's done and we're free.
Speaking of mental health, Jen started so we're going to do episode 13, unfashionable behavior.
Yes.
It's the episode right before the finale. So the episode started off with Jen talking to her therapist over Zoom, and she's like, "Do you think I fucked up my kids' lives?"
Yeah,
and
no
I'm like,
shit.
"Yeah, you fucking did." I feel so bad for her son.
Or her mother.
Yeah. Like, she scammed her mom,
That
too.
broke my heart. I was crying when her mom was like, "You're innocent. Don't
Right?
worry. We'll, like, prove you." And then the next scene was like... Anyways, I just feel terrible for her family.
Like, how could she not, like, fess up to her family and, like, take their money, too?
She really thought she was going to get away with it.
You think she's that delusional?
Yeah.
Or, like...
I think, yeah. She really thought, I guess, someone was going to take the fall, and I guess, like, people wouldn't turn on her.
Yeah,
she really expected that.
She was the last one to be sentenced, so I think maybe she didn't realize that it would go in that cadence and that she could, you know, blame someone else.
I mean, she was shocked that Stewart turned against her.
I know.
As if it wasn't, like, him versus her. Like, of course he did.
Yeah, of course. She was the kingpin making him do everything. Like, he was her little bitch, so of course he's gonna, like... speak.
By the way, Bravo wins for all that editing.
Oh
when
my
she's
God.
like, "Here's a banana, make me money."
The editing was amazing. And like
This editing was a masterpiece. It needs to be nominated for an Oscar.
In the finale, when they show her yelling, "I'm innocent," and then her like the guilty charge, I'm dead.
I feel really bad for her family. That's true. Whitney not knowing what a conjugal visit is. It's typical Whitney and is amazing.
And she was like, "Maybe I will go for a conjugal visit." I'm like, what are you saying, Whitney?
First Heather, now you. Is everyone bumping whatever with each other?
Bumping and rumping and scissoring.
Yeah.
Barbie scissoring. We're going to talk about that later. I have my theories. I want to know why these girls were having dinner at 4 a.m. on the trip. Like, what was happening? What are they on?
Yeah, so 4 a.m. dinners are a little intense. I did not expect that.
Like, what are they on? I'm confused. I've never had dinner at 4 a.m.
What were they doing at a normal time?
Unless I'm in, like, Europe or whatever. That's...
Nobody has dinner at 4 a.m. That's not dinner.
Even in Europe, it's weird.
That's an after party.
Yeah. Like midnight, 2 a.m. in like Mykonos is like kind of acceptable, but
exactly. I never want to hear the word black eye ever again.
Oh my God,
I'm so over it.
Like Heather being like, "I just hope it goes away," and then bringing it up constantly. I'm like, can you not? I have PTSD from this whole black eye situation.
At this point, I want to punch myself in the face when I hear it.
Like, Heather keeps insinuating kind of that Jen gave her the black eye, and like she smirks when she brings it up, and she's just like kind of holding it over everyone's head but not saying anything.
I think it was an accident, and it's just she's just being annoying about it. Like, she needs a storyline.
So yeah, I think I agree with Angie K's theory, the hooking up theory, because like
the scissoring sisters theory.
Yeah, if it was an accident, I just feel like there wouldn't be the scratches and everything else. And I don't know, Jen and Heather were getting pretty cozy in the episode, like before everything happened, and I mean, I don't know. I've never seen two girls rub their tits on each other, like when they're not hooking up. I'm sorry, that's weird.
I've been fucked up a lot, and I've never rubbed naked titties on another girl. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, unless you're trying to hook up, it's a little strange.
Yeah, and I think Heather like invited her to her room also, and like they're just like smirking about it together, and she's like
they were blackout.
Yeah, and she's looking at Jen first for an excuse, almost like, "Hey, you did this. You come up with the excuse with me. Like, we're in this together."
And maybe I think she feels like the other girls knew what they were doing, so that's why she was like, "Oh, you know what happened."
Yeah. But like she doesn't
But they
want to
didn't.
say it out
Yeah.
loud like on camera because there's like Jen's still in a marriage. I don't know.
Well, let's just say one last thing on this. If I feel like getting a black eye and scratches is a very logical result of hooking up with Jen Shaw.
Yeah. She looks
would
like
not
she
be
would
surprised.
be violent in
Like
bed.
rough. Like she'd be all like, oh my
Yeah.
God, bam.
Especially with how blackout they were. Yeah.
Like they were already looking violent when they were like grinding on each other.
And there's no way it was from like a punch. Like there's no, because they were like good. They were on good terms.
Yeah.
Why would it be a punch? So like,
I feel like also if you punch someone, it kind of leaves a mark on your hand.
yeah, exactly. And then I saw some other theories that it's like from Beauty Lab and Laser. Like she got some like injections or whatever and like
That
had
got
a
fucked up
delayed
after?
reaction. But no.
That's an insane reaction. That
Well,
looks like
where
a
did she
punch.
get the scratches from then? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that looks like a straight up punch.
Yeah.
Or like a hitting on something.
Yeah, the way it was that swollen, I don't think
That looks like it hurt.
injections would do that.
Also, the fact that they came up with the eye patches so quickly.
Yeah. Like the evil eye on the eye patch.
Cute.
I can't. I'm just kind of annoyed though that since Jen is not going to be at the reunion, I feel like the whole storyline is going to revolve around the black eye all over again, even though we've been talking about it for how many episodes? So I'm not honestly looking forward to the reunion.
Honestly, the season was so boring. It just felt like it went on and on and on, and no like interesting conflict was happening. It was just like all this shit that like people were saying but half saying, and
Yeah.
it was just like a lot of aggression and tears for no reason.
It felt
And-
like it went on, but it also felt so rushed at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the actual good drama was rushed, and then they like focused on like the dumbest parts of the whole show,
Yeah.
and like I don't know. I just wish that they like jumping to the finale here for a second. I wish they showed more after Jen pleaded guilty. I wish they
Yeah.
showed the other girls' reactions, more
Yeah.
conversations. I feel like it was very rushed, and I don't know. I was left feeling like unsatisfied of
Also,
what they
why
did.
do you think they just randomly picked up the camera and decided to film Lisa Barlow and Heather in a diner like 4 months later?
Yeah.
But no one else? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I wanted to hear like what Whitney had to say, what the Friends of had to say. Like this should have been more of the focus.
This is a huge bombshell. Yeah. We want reactions. That's probably going to be the most like interesting thing that happens on this show.
Yeah. Anyways, back to episode 13. I'm dying. The Meredith's whole family having the exact same monotone vocal fry. Like, I swear to God, their
They always
voices
make me
put
laugh.
me to sleep. They need to have a podcast where they
Honestly.
they put you to sleep.
It's amazing the way they speak. Like the intonation, the voice, everything is just like, hi.
And they all seem like they're kind of on something, like even
Yeah.
the kids. And they're wearing like sunglasses in the house. Honestly,
They have
it's
like
such
a
a
very
vibe.
cool vibe.
Yes, I'm living for it.
Like they're too tired to be here. My presence is a present. Enjoy.
Yeah. One thing that really annoyed me was Jen bringing the hair dye to Dana. I'm like, okay, this is so rude. And like, who would bring that ahead of time and like say something
was
like
so
that to your
funny.
friend? That's so rude.
It's like she planned to be bitchy.
Yeah. Like disgusting. I hate her.
Because
I'm
nobody
like,
travels with hair dye.
I'm also like, okay, Jen, look in a mirror.
I mean, good for Dana for going on TV with like, you know, her gray hair showing. She didn't
Yeah.
care, I guess.
No, I think it looks good. I was dying when Angie K said that she's going straight to the bank after Jen Shaw gave her the check. I was like, you know what? That's probably a valid like game plan.
I wouldn't trust that check.
No, 100%. But I feel like they made sure to do it on camera. Like they were like, we got to give this so that our name is cleared.
Well, I feel like Angie K was definitely auditioning to be on the show.
Yeah.
And so was Angie H. So I want to see what happens with that if they do come as a replacement. Who knows what's happening with Salt Lake City, honestly, at this point. But I feel like this whole friend group that revolves around Jen. Love Jen, hate Jen.
Yeah.
Love Jen this morning, hate her tonight. Like, what is happening? That's not a normal friendship.
Yeah, the whole ride or die with Heather. We need to talk about Heather a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, if I hear ride or die one more time, I'm going to lose it.
I know. Heather's a little, like, loyal to a fault, but only to Jen. So I'm like, are you in a relationship with Jen? What is happening? Because you're not loyal to Whitney.
What does Jen know about you? Or like, what is this relationship? It's so weird. Like,
is it the fear that's got the grip on her? Is it?
She'll let Jen call her Shrek, but like, Whitney says she wants to take a little break, and she like refuses to ever talk to her again.
Yeah, like it doesn't have the same energy for Whitney and Jen, which Whitney I think is like a better friend, so it's confusing.
I feel bad for Whitney because I feel like she's trying to create a safe place for Heather to tell her what happened with the eye. But Heather's just not opening up. She's so mad over this drama and the friendship break. And I feel like Whitney's actually worried about her.
She's also torturing her. She's like, everyone will know, but you won't.
It's
a little childish.
I know, like so like elementary school. I can't. And I feel like Heather is trying to make Whitney feel guilty for putting up boundaries because she's such a ride or die, like pushover friend to Jen that she's like, wait, someone's putting up boundaries? Like,
she's like, I don't believe in boundaries.
That's not in my friendship manual.
That's true. I did not enjoy Heather these last few episodes. I think she was really rude to Whitney. I don't think there was a reason for that. Whitney didn't do anything like crazy to her to warrant that kind of treatment.
I think it's crazy to think like I've kind of done a full 180 on Heather. Like, I loved her, and now I'm ending the season like really not vibing with her. And she doesn't do well at reunions too, so I can only imagine how annoying she's going to be at the reunion.
Heather?
Yeah.
She just shuts down. She doesn't speak. She just like,
Yeah, she doesn't take accountability.
No. I think that personality type is like very annoying to actually get anything out of.
100%.
Like, even as a friend, I would be so annoyed. I'd be like, I'm over this. If you don't want to talk.
They're going to ask her about Jen, and she's going to be like, but I'm a ride or die, so I can't.
Yeah, no speaking. Wait to hear about it in my second book.
I'm dying that this episode, though, came out on the same day that Jen's whole restraining order situation came out. Did you see that?
Oh, my God.
How the guy, remember how they said that Jen and Meredith were hooking up with this same guy who was like married? Yeah. Apparently the wife of the guy that they were hooking up with put a restraining order
on Jen because she felt threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dying to see who this guy is. Yeah. Because between Meredith and Jen, that is a wildly like different type. Yeah. I'm very confused. They have nothing in common. They're like as different as people can be.
Yeah. That guy must be very interesting. Let's talk about the finale now.
So finale I thought was like the best episode of the season, honestly. Or maybe I was just so happy it's done.
Yeah. See, I thought it was good, but like I said before, I really wish they talked, had more about
I wanted more.
Jen's trial and everything. Like, I was
definitely
so
left
over.
Me wanting more.
I didn't really care about Heather's book party. Like, that was so boring. I don't know.
What was that in the finale? I totally forgot. In my mind, it's like the whole finale was just like the last like minutes of like, you know, them going to New York, sitting in that hotel room.
Yeah, I think
that is like
it was in the finale, and her like
that book party was boring.
Yeah, honestly, and the fact that we had 3 whole episodes dedicated to choir, and it was that choir.
Honestly, I have no words.
I like could not breathe listening to that choir.
It was something.
And then, oh my God, Angie's husband. Can we talk about Angie's husband?
Alpha on a shelf husband?
Yes. Him crying. He's a grown-ass
so
man.
Gross and creepy. And
like he can't even speak.
And Angie was just sitting there like, I don't know
pull
this
yourself
dude.
together.
Don't know this dude. Not with me.
Oh God.
No, I was not feeling that at all. That was unnecessary. He was like crying. He was like, I'm so sorry. It was just kind of gross, all of it.
I really do not like Angie K and her husband. I think they're so thirsty.
You mean Angie H?
Or sorry, Angie H. Yes.
Yes. Angie K is like more tolerable.
Yeah, I would actually like Angie K as
like
a housewife.
her. I think she's fun.
I think she has like the charisma. She definitely starts a lot of drama. I can see her being a housewife.
Great. She's like really entertaining.
Yes, we love a Greek girly.
Oh yes, true. Represent. At your next party, I better see as much Evil Eye.
100%. Like, we're gonna go full on Greek.
I felt so bad. Like my heart actually felt a little something like for Jen Shah's mom. When she was like, you'll be found innocent. I believe in you. Something about elders. And I was just like, oh my God, girl, you're in for a surprise.
Did you see how she stole that whole like elders line in the actual trial? Like, I don't even know what her lawyer was going on and
I'm like, what are you talking about elders? You're the one who robbed elders.
Yeah. Like, I don't think this is the theme you should be going on.
Yeah, I don't think elder respect is something you're familiar with.
Yeah. And you're doing it to your own mom. You're scamming her, taking her hard-earned retirement money and using it
She scams anyone. She doesn't care. She's like a narcissist.
It's so fucked up. And like the fact that she was able to like play this game this whole season and just be like, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. Yeah.
The way she screamed at her husband, I'm innocent, when he was like, we have to discuss what happens if you're not. Okay,
so have you seen the thing that came out that Coach Shah was like actually helping Jen? The FTC was going to interview them, and in like the court records it says that Jen is texting Stuart being like, Coach Shah will like help us rehearse what we're gonna say. So like I 100% think he knew, and also like he used to be a lawyer before he was a coach.
Really?
Like he's
that's
smart.
Why he was like helping her with the trial.
He's smart. I don't think he's like not realizing that like all this crazy money is coming in. Like, don't you think he would be questioning his wife a little bit? I think he 100%.
Knew. If I randomly started earning that kind of money, I feel like my husband would be like, what you doing, sis?
What's going on? Am I going to be implicated? Like,
yeah, like who are we robbing? What's like, are we going to jail for white collar crime? What's happening?
How many years are we doing?
Yeah, like it's just like an unexplained income. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he knew. 100% he knew, and he's playing this whole innocent act for the cameras because, you know, someone needs to be there for Omar.
Exactly. I just feel like they decided that one of them should take the fall for the other, and I feel like they felt like, you know, she couldn't be extricated out of it. There's no way to make her look good, so they just had to go with it.
Yeah.
And like in the last few moments, when Heather was saying, I think Coach Shah found something in the paperwork that he could not bury, or like ignore or whatever, explain away, that's when they decided that they had to plead guilty.
Yeah, he 100% knew.
Oh,
I
100%.
mean, he, like, to be getting advice from him, like, you can't get advice and then not ask questions about like what's going on.
Yeah, I'd be like, why is the FTC talking to you?
Exactly.
What's happening?
Yeah.
That's why I think he stood by her and he wasn't shocked and like, you know, he pretended to believe her. I do believe it was a storyline, and I think they just had to stick to that because, you know, he knew she was gonna go away.
I 100%
Unless
agree.
they could cover up all this other shit that clearly they couldn't. Because that'd be a whole other crime.
Oh, Jen, this should... so let's talk about Andy's whole interview with her. I mean, don't know if it's going to be any good, because I heard that her lawyer... Well, now that she's been sentenced, maybe she'll be able to talk about it more. But when it first came out, it said that she wasn't going to speak anything about the trial and, like, what happened.
Because she didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I hope
I guess
that now she does.
I guess since it's after the sentencing, she'll actually, like, speak up.
But do you think she's just gonna sit there and all of a sudden, after like 2 years of saying she's innocent, she's gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, I did it. I lied.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
And I also feel like Andy is gonna go easy on her. I think Andy, well, we saw what he said. He said, I hope Jen Shaw doesn't get any jail time. So we see where his interests lie, his bank account.
His show. She's the only interesting part.
Yeah, and he was like, what I said was taken out of context. And I'm like, not really. You did say, I hope Jen Shaw doesn't get jail time. You said, I don't think that was going to happen, but you still said that's what you hope.
I don't think it was taken out of context. I think he just like meant like, I meant it in terms of the show, not justice.
Yeah.
Just like from his side, which, you know.
But it's like, comes across as really insensitive.
Yeah.
It's like, well, think of the victims.
Honestly, I feel like the show would be better without her, because she brings so much chaos and violence and just like raw anger to the show.
There's
that
like
it's like difficult to watch at times, because from it goes from being like a fun, like watching like rich ladies get fucked up show to like, oh my god, she's like assaulting people.
There's like such a dark energy surrounding her, and it's like
it's just really sad.
When anyone tries to like confront her, she like attacks them, like either violently
and then
or
she
by
starts
yelling.
Playing the victim and crying.
She never takes accountability. It's just been lies and lies and lies this whole season. I'm happy she's gone.
She's exhausting.
I hope they bring someone new in that is interesting. Like, I think Angie K and like another new person would be good.
I feel like some new people would be cool. I would kill to see some actual Mormon girlies on it.
Yes, I feel like there's so many like housewives.
They refuse to do it. So
because it's like against their whole thing. But like so many of them are influencers, and I'm like, isn't it kind of like the same thing?
Well, like all the
showing your
Purcell
life.
Scala sisters were talking about it, and they were like, we would never do it. This is terrible. They pretend it's like not happening.
Yeah, they're like so against it. But I mean,
they give that
would be
Ariel Charnas energy.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Ariel Charnas say that she wanted to do a reality show at one point?
She said she was offered many, but she would never do it because she doesn't feel comfortable. And
I thought she was
like life is already
angling
over.
for one at one point with like all the like behind the scenes content she was doing.
Her family was. They said that maybe her family and with her sisters and everyone was like they wanted to be the new Kardashians or something, but that didn't go anywhere. And then they wanted like I'm sure they offered her like, or at least wanted to audition her for Real Housewives of New York, the reboot.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't think she would do it. I don't think she can handle it. She doesn't have that personality.
No,
she gets like so much anxiety.
I don't think she's super like outgoing and like she's not very.
It's not
open.
for everyone.
Yeah. 100%. I also heard recently, going back to Jen Shaw, that she requested to be in the same prison facility in Texas because it's like the closest one, the closest minimum security to Utah, the same one as Elizabeth Holmes.
Love that.
Do we think these scammers are going to be besties?
I mean, between Elizabeth Holmes and Jen Shaw, I would pick Jen Shaw to be friends with in jail. Elizabeth Holmes gives me all kinds of creeps.
Yeah, but I can totally see them being friends and like joining forces in jail. They're both scammers.
Well, they're both in there for a long time.
They're both delusional.
Yeah.
Seems like a match made in heaven.
Well, at least Jen Shah wasn't on Forbes 30 under 30.
Oh, God.
What a season this was.
Thank God it's over.
Thank God, honestly. Do we know what's like next? Are any other ones airing soon to replace this time slot?
So I think New Jersey is airing soon, I believe.
Oh, right. New Jersey is the next.
And then Vanderpump Rules.
I'm so excited for that.
Yes, so excited. And then also Summer House is coming as well.
Okay, well, I actually don't watch that still.
Well,
I feel like it's like 10 years to catch up. Like, it's really difficult for me to catch on.
I feel like every season is like pretty different with it.
I would give it a chance because I feel like I already know all the characters and all the people because everyone's always talking about them. So
because I didn't watch from the beginning. I kind of like went halfway through. Apparently the first couple seasons are brutal, so I was just like, I'm not even gonna try.
I lost interest immediately. Like, I tried from season 1 and I was like, no.
Apparently the first couple seasons were horrible, and then they like
it just
shook
seems
up
like
the
a
entire
shittier,
cast, and then
too
it
hot to
actually
handle.
got pretty good.
Yeah.
It's you've seen a few episodes of Winter House, right? It's like basically the same thing.
No, I know. So just like the beginning episodes, like the earlier seasons, felt like a really like not fun, kind of like boring.
Everyone's just
now,
blacked out all the time. Is basically
it's like a
how I would
shittier,
describe
too
it.
hot to handle.
Yeah.
Actually, what I wish you'd watch, because I literally just watched it in one day yesterday, was Dubai Bling.
Oh my God. Okay, so I watched a few episodes of it. So good.
That was so
I'm
good.
gonna binge it. I'm 100% gonna binge it.
I like kind of want to discuss it when you binge it because it's like they're so fabulous. They actually make the Real Housewives look broke.
Oh, like actual poverty.
Yeah, like the amount of extravagance on this show is like insane because it's all like that Middle Eastern opulent style.
Yeah.
And like their outfits, their attitudes, like everything is just amazing. And the guys bring so much drama.
I'm here for it.
So
Love it.
that I could go for season 2 of that for sure. It was giving a lot of like it was very similar to like Bling Empire.
Yeah, and I love Bling Empire, so
Yeah. And I love
right up
anything
my
that like
alley.
teaches me about like different cultures. It's like interesting to see how people live in like other cool cities.
And I love when the like wealth is just so excessive. It's just like fun to watch as like lifestyle porn and like just.
I don't know if you saw this one girl drives like a baby pink Barbie Bentley.
Oh my God.
Like very Paris Hilton.
I'm obsessed.
And every time she pulls in the shots, I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing.
Okay, well, I have some homework this weekend. Fun homework.
Yes. Let's get into, I guess, what everyone probably really wants to hear. Real Housewives of Miami.
Oh my God. Miami this season is giving.
It's fire.
So, like, it's such a contrast to Salt Lake City because Salt Lake City, I'm like, okay, let's get this
Cold
over with.
and boring.
And then
this
Miami,
is all hot.
I'm like, I never want this to end. I'm like, fuck, the episode's over.
Every time the episode ends, Scott is like, yo, is there more? I'm like, no.
It's so good. I'm obsessed.
Like, I watch it immediately the first thing on Thursday. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're going to do the last 2 episodes like we did with Salt Lake City. They're both amazing.
Yeah. A lot to say.
So we're going to start off with episode 8. This is where Adriana films her music video on the boat.
Right.
A bunch of tension happens on the boat between Alexia and Guerdy. And then we have, later on in the episode, we have Julia hosting her housewarming party. And then Larsa confronting Julia about the whole kissing situation.
Yeah. So there was a lot of Larsa being sassy this episode, for sure. Because she was sassy on the boat as well.
Larsa is causing
She's like,
a lot
I'm not
of drama.
doing this. I'm not doing this music video. I don't get paid for this.
Yeah.
She was giving that star energy.
She's just been really bothering me. Like in the first couple episodes, I was like, oh, maybe I kind of like Larsa now. And then I'm like, no, I don't.
No. She's kind of bitchy and like gossipy.
Oh my God. I heard this tea. Do you guys want to hear this tea? It's like, where are you getting all this tea? Are you Dumas, Larsa? Like, what is happening here? Where are you hearing
you have
this?
friends in every hotel. I'm confused. What's happening?
And then, like, next episode, when she says at the hospital, Nicole's hooking up with everyone, I'm like,
yeah, like, where are you getting this shit
Where are you
from?
getting this hospital gossip? Like, there's
What
no
you're
fucking
doing
way.
is
This is
starting
bullshit.
gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for next episode, honestly. I feel like these 2 episodes are just like leading me to the shit that hits the fan next episode.
Yeah. Miami's just, you're giving. I'm obsessed.
People don't hold back. People are actually kind of friends, which makes it interesting. And it's a very, very small town, which makes it like extra interesting.
And I feel like they all have like really interesting home lives. I mean, like Lisa has everything going on, of course. Julia has like her trouble with Martina, and then now they're like rekindling. Gertie has her trouble like connecting with her kids. Like there's just so many different storylines. It's not just like about like the black guy like in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, exactly. There's like so much happening that every scene you're like, oh, I don't want to miss this. This is exciting.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into Lenny and Lisa. I'm actually pretty happy that all of this was recorded. Lenny like talking shit to Lisa, him then switching and being like, can you get groceries for me? Because it's going to be good for Lisa when she goes to court and shows his character.
It's insane. Honestly. He sounds like... I don't even have words. Like, he's just straight up trash at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's so
can't
offensive.
stand him.
It's like a huge amount of disrespect.
And like, this is the mother of your children too. Like,
yeah, children that you were dying to have, first of all, and pressuring her to have. And then you go and you like, first of all, his girlfriend bothers me. I think she's trash. She has no class.
She's disgusting. The video of her licking her lips.
Oh my God. I would have punched her in the face. Lisa has some restraint. I would have literally pulled her hair and punched her in the face.
Yeah.
Like, that would not be...
and not
Couldn't
cute.
be me. No. And then like afterwards when she was like doing the comments of like, oh, you got so skinny, and she's like, having a husband and a boyfriend is stressful. First of all, your husband's adorable. I feel bad. God knows what you put him through. Like no.
That just shows your class right there, saying something like that. Disgusting.
You lose him how you get him. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in this couple.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. That's not gonna last. I'm just saying that.
Of course not. And I'm sure Lisa will find someone amazing and will, live her best life.
Yeah. Okay, we need to talk about the music video. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you can tell how much, like, how good of a friend and, like, how respected Lisa is as a person by how everyone rallied around her. And, I feel like on other franchises, you see a lot of the women be like, oh, I heard rumors, like, blah, blah, blah. Or, like, oh, my God, that's what she gets. Like, people really are not doing that on this show. Like, I respect that. There's a lot of, like, sisterhood coming together.
Except I saw a little bit of it with Marisol being like, oh.
Okay, but she didn't say anything that was offensive to Lisa. She was more like, Lisa agreed to have these parties. I don't know what she expected.
Well, she was kind of like, I feel like rumors. Lisa may have known that what was coming and was kind of like in denial about it, which I don't agree with. I think the opposite. I think the way, like, it was so telling the way that Lenny was like, hey, can you go get my groceries? It just shows that he's like still pulling her in. Like and then he's like going to page 6 saying we're not breaking up. Like he
was playing with her feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't doubt that that's what he was doing the entire relationship. And like she was probably like brainwashed into thinking that this is normal.
Okay, well, remember, from the very first seasons, like on season 1, he was like, we almost divorced. I want to leave her. I'm over this. He's been on the verge of divorcing her for 10 years. Like, I feel like every 2 years he's about to leave her. And he keeps threatening her with it so much that at this point she probably is like, whatever. Like, it's not happening.
I mean, I see her now out with a new guy.
Yes,
a tech
he's
entrepreneur. He's cute. I'm loving that for her.
Yeah, she went to Tulum. She looks amazing, as always.
She's living her best life.
I need to put her body in my vision board because...
Oh my God.
That's goals.
Yeah. For real. Okay, so we need to talk about the music video.
I felt bad.
Stressed out director was killing me. I felt so bad.
Bad for him. They were so unprofessional. He was not making the best of it, and it was really funny.
The way that Larsa and Marisol were just getting in the background, like pouring drinks and stuff while they're just doing their choreography.
They were just doing whatever they wanted. And I feel bad because Kiki was the only one that showed up and took it seriously.
Yeah. Although I did get really like annoyed by her at the end when she was like, I'm gonna sue you if my face is in it. I'm like, this is so over dramatic. Like
she was just going over the top.
And I have a feeling production did not love her like throwing out a lawsuit. And
yeah,
I have a feeling they had like a talking with her and they were like, you can't come to this party.
Oh, the one that Julia uninvited her to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised that, I mean, I'm not surprised that Julia took it this way because, I mean, Julia is Adriana's best friend. So she like was like probably really bothered by Kiki's outburst. So she was like, I don't want that shit at my party. You were rude to my best friend. I don't need you to be rude to my wife, like, and me. So
that's true. But I also think that production would not love her bringing up a lawsuit. Yeah. Like, I know Bravo like, does not play around with that.
No. They're probably like, you can be on ice. You can chill.
Yeah. What else? I love that Lisa came to support even though like she had everything going on, even though it was only for like 5 minutes, whatever. Like I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she came to the party too. I think she was really showing up and she wasn't using this as an excuse to not film, not to show up. And like, you know, a lot of people do that.
I can't imagine what she's going through and like having to like put on a happy face and like see people and like get ready and go out and stuff. I would just be like holed up in my room. Like, good on her.
I mean, a part of me would do it even more to piss Lenny off and be like,
yeah,
F
that's
you,
true.
Stupid hoe. F you,
look how
Lenny.
hot I look in this outfit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll over and die. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
She's strong. So
I honestly kind of wish the director like filmed some of the chaos that was going on and had that in the music video. I feel like that would have been so funny. Like Gordy and Alexia going from yelling to crying. I was like, what is happening here?
Oh my God, what is going on? This was like a weird therapy session.
Like Alexia is really bothering me. I feel like she keeps playing the victim with this whole wedding drama. Like,
when she really kept going, like she was being unreliable as a client. She wasn't even answering her emails.
She's a bridezilla. Like, Gordy did nothing wrong. She already had a client that booked in advance. Like, she can't just drop people for you.
She has a reputation and a business.
Also, Gordy like helped her out after, like when her mom died and she had to cancel the wedding. Gordy helped her get like the money back from the vendors and everything. Like, Gordy was there for you.
I agree. I think it's rude that she keeps coming at her, and she sounds a little kind of resentful that Gertie's getting all this recognition, even though she was already a well-respected wedding planner. Like, she's already been in, like, magazines and everything, right? So now that she's like, oh, now that you're in Vogue, you feel like you're above my party. No, your party was, like, not happening. Like, she didn't change. She always said she was a fabulous professional wedding planner.
Yeah, completely agree. Honestly, she's giving me a little bit of Lisa Rinna vibes, like with the whole... mom dying and then taking out all of your like mourning and making it toxic energy. I'm not here for it. That's
she also not thinks how she's a star.
You should mourn. Oh my God, that was so cringe.
I was like
she really thought she was doing something with that quote. I was like,
okay, as if she called Russian women prostitutes.
I'm like, okay, she's one to talk being
There's a lot of
a drug
skeletons
dealer
in that closet, first of all.
Look in the mirror.
I felt so bad for Julia. I like got angry on her behalf.
Yeah.
I was like, how dare you do us dirty like that?
That's so rude. Yeah, I'm not feeling Alexia. And
No, so far she's been a little...
I'm also not feeling really. I mean, she does have her like funny quips, but she's giving me no storyline. Is
Adriana?
Marisol?
Oh, Marisol, but she never really has a storyline.
I
Like,
know,
I
but
don't
that's
even
why
know her
I'm like
purpose.
not really
Yeah.
into her. Like, I feel like her whole shtick is her being like blackout all the time, and I'm like, okay, it's not that funny anymore.
So it's actually funny because I would miss her in like the interview confessionals because I think hers
Yeah.
are amazing and they're the best.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love her looks. I love her little hands. Like I love all of that. But I feel like she's not giving as much on the actual show.
Yeah, like we don't really hear what's going on in her life.
No, there's
she
nothing.
She was recently remarried, and like that's
Yeah.
not on the show. I don't know why. Maybe she wants to keep it private, or he wants
She's
to keep it
getting-
private. But like, I don't know. Just give us
She's like
something.
She's a full-time housewife, but she's acting more like the friend of like Kiki.
Yeah.
Also, like, we don't know much about her, but like she just comes and goes. So it's kind of like the same energy, but not.
And like Adriana is actually a friend of too, and she's bringing it. I think
What?
more.
No, she's not. Is she,
Yeah,
is she
she
not
is.
in like doesn't she hold the flamingo?
No, but she's a friend of.
Interesting. How can you tell which one's which?
I read it in an article.
Because like they show her plenty. They don't show her home and stuff. So maybe
Yeah,
the friend of is the ones who don't get shown like on their personal lives. I don't know.
I guess so. But I think she's like bringing it more than Marisol is. Like, I'm
is.
just
She
tired
doesn't-
of the whole like alcoholic act. Like, it's not really funny to me anymore.
Yeah, it's like it was quirky at first, and now she just like, okay, like you're just getting blackout in the background of a real conflict.
I'm like, it's your
I feel
entire
like she's just
personality
there.
at this point.
No, her entire personality at this point is to be backup for Alexia.
Yeah. She's her
And,
little
you
like
know?
drunk sidekick.
Yeah. They're like, us against everyone else. They're like super close besties. Like it's just like, you can tell they're really, really best friends. So they like
Yeah.
kind of want to do the show together. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to talk about Julia's makeout situation. It's a little sus.
A little weird.
Her whole relationship with Martina is honestly kind of weird to me.
Yes, I think this whole like season she's been a little mean to her and a little dismissive and just like taking like her for granted, which now knowing Martina's like, illness and all that is actually really sad.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
knowing that, I was like really hard to watch. I
Yeah.
mean, Martina like took it like a boss when they told her about it. But I think like if they have like an open relationship, I wish they would just like say that instead of this whole like lying. Like, there's no way there's paparazzi at the Four Seasons.
I like to kiss people for attention.
Like, what is this lie that you're coming up with?
There's no paparazzi. Nobody cares, first of all.
Yeah, and she pretended like she wasn't there, and then Larsa was like, "Oh, there's video," and she was like, "Oh, wait, I actually was there."
Yeah,
she got caught in her lie.
Yeah, and then like it was funny that someone asked her, "Oh, like are you into men or women more?" And she's like, "I'm into anything."
Oh God.
And she was, I guess, honest with Martina about it because at the party she was like, "Oh, the girls want to say something to you. Talk to them." Because
Yeah.
if that was me and I did something like that I wasn't supposed to do, I'd be like, "Don't talk to my wife. Like,
Yeah.
stay away from her."
I mean, they must have an open relationship, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there
Or
must
like
be
some
sort of
agreement that
understanding.
like when Martina's away or something, she can
Yeah.
like hook up with guys. I don't know.
Or maybe she just maybe she made it okay to just like make out like with people drunk. Like, I don't know. A lot of people think making out is not cheating. I don't know. However,
not me.
I felt, right? I feel bad when Martina was like, I haven't kissed a man in many, many years. And I'm like, you seem loyal.
Yeah. In the episode after, I was like, their relationship is really cute. But then this episode, I was like, it's weird.
I know. It felt icky.
Speaking of cute relationships, I actually love Gordy and her husband.
Oh my God, Russell and Gertie are so cute.
The way he was putting her self tanner on and just like at her beck and call, being like, "You want a sparkling water with lemon?" And like,
he was so cute, so supportive.
So cute.
It's giving Scott when we film. I think they were really, really cute. Her closet's beautiful. I think it is hard to be like a girly mom to boys.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like me. That would be my nightmare.
I was like agreeing with everything she was saying. I mean, I do think what I think she should do is she should plan a party that is like Star Wars themed or something that the boys would like. So she's like still involved with it and she can like use her party planning, but also be involved in their lives. Okay, so let's move on to the last episode 9 of Real Housewives of Miami. Mm-hmm. I'm so annoyed with Larsa in this episode. Her bringing up that rumor that Nicole slept with everybody in the hospital is so disgusting. I feel like Larsa's jealous of Nicole and is making up shit because Nicole has her own job and she's like successful, and Larsa's jealous that like if anything should happen, Nicole would always be
fine.
Yeah.
I think Nicole is like so respectable, obviously, and just like chill, and she doesn't really come for people. And then she's like, everyone just keeps insinuating they hear stuff about her. But, like, from who? What's happening? Yeah. Like, why are you making it seem like Nicole has this terrible reputation?
It's so disgusting. And, like, the fact that it could actually, like, jeopardize her career. Like, Larsa doesn't understand because she's never had a real career in her life other than being an OnlyFans model. So she cannot relate. But this is, like, pretty damning stuff. And, like, Larsa, for her to bring it up on camera too.
I think she did it on purpose. And I think Larsa is a very vengeful kind of person where it's like if she feels like you say something about her, she will say 10 more things about you. She'll be 100%. Like, you bite me, I will eat you. Like, she will literally...
she attacks.
Tit for tat, and just like way more and way worse and way more unnecessary. And she just like can't handle any criticism or any commentary, like nothing.
But like the audacity she has, like, because she has some skeletons in her closet right now. She's hooking up with Michael Jordan's son, which is so weird. Like, she definitely knew him when he was young.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Funny. It's creepy that she's going through all these like 20-year-olds now who are like almost her son's age, and it's like strange.
And then she's also
acting like she's like a teenager.
She was also with a married man before too. Like, I feel like you can't throw, what's that saying? Like, you can't throw glass at houses or something.
Can't throw stones at a glass house.
Yes. That saying.
Something like that, yes.
Applies
exactly,
to
she is that. 100%. And before you say it, we're keeping it.
I'm gonna kill you. To be fair, it's like almost 2 a.m. here, so my brain is
we're
not
so
really
tired.
working.
We've been going for a while. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it's cute. Yes. So Lenny's a douchebag. What else is new? I can't believe he expected Lisa to Instacart his stuff.
Like, the audacity. I just can't understand, like, how he doesn't see that that's not normal. Like, he goes from calling her like a bitch and like saying that he like hates her, shut the fuck up,
fuck you.
and then and then he's like, hey,
Can you get me some bananas?
peanut butter? I'm like, what? I would like block his number.
It's really weird. I do think that Martina and Julia were very cute. And I think it's like, it says a lot that after that one, like, you know, nice gesture Julia did for Martina, Martina was willing to like give her what she wanted most, like a child.
Yeah.
That says a lot. She wasn't like, you know, withholding Julia's happiness from her.
I feel like Julia will be finally like fulfilled now that she will be hopefully having another child in her life. And
well, I don't know if they are.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they would still go through with that now?
With what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw in the mid-season like trailer that it looked like there's some difficulties with that. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure it's hard to adopt a child. So
yeah, especially with all of that going on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like last episode was kind of a filler before the craziness of like this week's episode.
Next episode, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so excited
to watch. Like, I can't even.
And the mid-season trailer looked amazing. Miami is just always
oh
giving.
my god, somebody pushed someone. Shit was getting violent. It was getting super exciting.
Yeah, I'm here
so
for it.
excited.
Loving every minute of it. Do
you know how many episodes are in this season?
I hope not as little 15? As Salt Lake City, because like they only had 13 and I was like,
well, that was like short. 13. Yeah, but also not.
Yeah. I'm glad, but for Miami I want it to be like a 20 episode season.
Because last time I think on Peacock it was only like 15 or something. It was shorter than like regular. I bet you it'll be
more because everybody like had rave reviews about it.
Yeah, let's hope.
This was so much fun. Love gossiping with you guys.
Sorry we spoke for so long, but we had a lot to catch up on. Now we're back, so.
And there was just like so much pop culture gossip this week. Like we didn't even know where to begin.
Okay, well, this is it for us this week. See you next time.
Bye, besties.